Hey everybody, I'm Pastor Bill from Open Door Baptist Church in Morehead City, and thanks for coming back for another word of encouragement. This is a weekday video series that we're putting out to help the church to refocus our eyes and our thoughts onto the hope-giving, encouraging word of the Lord, the Bible. And this is especially important during these days where we are tempted at every turn to focus on the despair and discouragement and discord that we see all around us. Well, for the last few videos, we've been taking a look at Lamentations chapter 3, which I hope in some way you think in your mind, wait a second, Lamentations, why are we turning to that book of the Bible for encouragement? That's a book that's about lament, about sadness, and that's true, and that's especially why I'm coming to Lamentations and looking at Lamentations chapter 3 for a few of these videos so that we can see Jeremiah in the pit of darkness in his mind and in reality all around him in Israel. And yet in that pit, or from that pit, Jeremiah says, he cries out to the Lord. And that's so important for you and I also to see God's sovereignty in that and to also call out to him for help and trust and know and have hope that he will answer. And that's exactly what we see this morning. The final stanza that we will look at in Lamentations chapter 3 begins in verse 55, where Jeremiah says, "I call on your name, O Lord, from the depths of the pit. You heard my plea. Do not close your ear to my cry for help. You came near when I called on you, and you said, 'Do not fear.' You have taken up my cause, O Lord. You have redeemed my life." Well, it's hardly even necessary, really, to highlight anything of encouragement out of this stanza of Jeremiah's poetry of lament. But just to say something about it, I myself have often and even recently felt like I was in the depths of a pit. And when you are there, that is the hardest time to, in the moment, think, I'll cry out to the Lord, but because he hears my cries and he answers. But in this moment, now, before you get into the depths of the pit of your soul, just remind yourself and set it in your heart that you will cry out to the Lord. And if you are right now in the depths of your soul, in sadness or despair or discouragement, desperation, then right now take Jeremiah's example and listen to his teaching where he says that God came near when I called him and he said, "Do not fear, for he has redeemed my life." God will come near you when you call out to him, when you rely on him, when you say, "God, I'm desperate for you. I have nowhere else to turn, for you alone are the keeper and sustainer of life." When you do that, even from the depths of a pit, he hears, he answers, he redeems you, and he comes and he says, "Do not fear, don't fear. For God has drawn near you today." Well, God will draw near you in his word. And I hope that you will tune in tomorrow for another word, a word of encouragement.